I hope all of you had a wonderful surgical workshop with us and had a great day. So, good evening to all my esteemed colleagues, mentors, distinguished guests, and my friends. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome you all to the 54th Maharashtra State ENT Conference, Mentcon 2024, hosted by Solapur ENT Association. Solapur, a city known for its heritage and resilience, is proud to host this prestigious event again after 14 years. The last Mentcon took place in 2010. As we come together in this historic city, famous for its cultural diversity, textile industry, particularly the terry towels and Solapur chaddars, we are reminded of the incredible journey of otolaryngology, how each one of us contributes to the health and well-being of people around us. Mentcon has long been the premier platform for ENT specialists in Maharashtra for decades. It is an excellent platform for sharing knowledge, pushing boundaries, and inspiring one another to achieve excellence. The annual conference fosters knowledge, exchange on the latest advancements in otolaryngology, and serves as a bridge between seasoned professionals, all of you sitting in the first line, and budding surgeons like me, ensuring high-quality ENT care across the state. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible efforts of the entire team Mentcon. All of us have worked tirelessly to ensure that this conference not only brings to you innovation in academics excellence to the forefront, but also provides all of you with exceptional entertainment programs. We are excited for the enriching experiences that awaits us throughout this conference. With that, I would once again like to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. We are honored by your presence here today and excited for the days ahead filled with knowledge, sharing, and each other's company. Before we embark on this auspicious journey, it is a tradition in our culture to invoke the blessings of the divine. Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles and harbinger of new beginnings, is always remembered before any important event. To honor this tradition, we will begin with a beautiful Ganesh Vandana performance by Dr. Shraddha Pandre, who is a trained Bharatanatyam dancer. Let us take a moment and immerse ourselves in this spiritual invocation to seek blessings for success of Mentcon 2024.
गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय
हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय दशावतारी आम्ही धरितो तुमचेच पाय दशावतारी आम्ही धरितो तुमचेच पाय
हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय हे गजवदन वक्रतुंड महाकाय वक्रतुंड महाकाय वक्रतुंड महाकाय सुखकर्ता दुःखहर्ता माता विघ्नाची दुर्वी पूर्वी प्रेम कृपा जयाची सर्वांगी सुंदर सिंदुराची कंठी झळके माळ मुक्ता फळाची जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Shraddha. It was an outstanding performance. I would now request the dignitaries to come forward and take their seats on stage. I call upon our FMSB President, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni, to come on stage and take his seat. Our FMSB Vice President, Dr. Atul Awad. Our FMSB Secretary, Dr. Balasaheb Patil. Our Treasurer, Dr. Parag Vatve. It is now my honor to invite our esteemed chief guest, Padma Shri awardee, Professor Emeritus Dr. Milind Kirtane, to step forward and grace the stage to inaugurate this special event. Sir, your presence adds a great significance to our event. Thank you for coming.
I would like to call upon stage Dr. Girish Harkut, Organizing Chairman for Mentcon 2024. I request our Organizing Co-Chairman Dr. Tarang Shah to please come upon the stage. I request Dr. Prasad Kerkar, who is our Organizing Secretary for Mentcon 2024, to come upon the dais. I would like to call Dr. Vidyadhar Borade sir, who is Organizing Joint Secretary for Mentcon 2024. I request our Treasurer and who is also President of Solapur ENT Association, Dr. Jyoti Hirekarur ma'am, to come upon the stage. The act of lighting a lamp is sacred ritual that bridges the gap between the earthly realm and the divine. In our culture, lighting a lamp is an integral part of worship, illuminating the path of righteousness and dispelling darkness and acquisition of knowledge. I would like to request all the respected dignitaries on dais to come up forward for lamp lighting. It is supposed to bring good luck, wealth and prosperity into life. Lighting day of our ceremony attracts special blessings. So I would like to request all the respected dignitaries to do so.
Our organizing committee would now like to take a moment to welcome and honor all our esteemed dignitaries in recognition of their invaluable presence at today's event. I request our organizing chairman, Dr. Girish Harkut, to welcome Dr. Kirtane sir, our chief guest. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Tarang Shah to welcome our FMSB President, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni. Thank you, sir. I request our organizing secretary, Dr. Prasad Kerkar, to honor our FMSB secretary and welcome him, Dr. Balasaheb Patil.
I request Dr. Vidyadhar Borade to felicitate FMSB Vice President Atul Avhad sir. I request Jyoti Hirekarur ma'am to welcome our FMSB Treasurer Dr. Parag Vatve, sir. I would like to call Dr. Girish Harkut, sir, to say a few words about welcome theme. I apologize. I would like to request Dr. Prasad Kerkar, sir, to say a few words about welcome theme.
Good evening all dignitaries on the dais, the FMSB members, Professor Milind Kirtane sir, and Solapur Association team. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of 54th Maharashtra State ENT Conference organized by Solapur ENT Association. The Solapur ENT Association, which was founded in 1973, and we have the privilege of hosting 4 Mentcon conferences in our beautiful city, right from 79, 89, 99, and 2010. This time, we have carefully curated and designed the scientific program to ensure that the general ENT surgeon practicing in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities will derive maximum benefit from both the pre-surgical workshop as well as the main conference. We have endeavored to cover all the key subtopics and the latest developments that a general ENT surgeon should be familiar with in each specialized areas. With the addition of new surgeons, surgeries and techniques, revision surgery has become a forefront challenge in our practice. It is a significant task not just for beginners but also for experienced surgeons. We have focused on showcasing revision surgeries so that the general surgeon will take away valuable inputs and practical knowledge from this conference. This time we have introduced a new concept of treating faculties and delegates equally. So we are aiming to foster an environment of mutual learning where experienced surgeons, colleagues and juniors can share all knowledge and insights together. As I stand here today, before my teachers, colleagues and juniors, I am reminded of the extensive preparations we have done for this event which began in last year, Mentcon 2023 at Kalyan. I recall the first invitation which was extended to Professor Kirtane sir, who was gracious enough to accept our invitation. We are deeply grateful that he is here today with us, sir. Thank you, sir. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the delegates who have taken time out of their busy schedule to attend this conference. I assure that we will try to make it very best and memorable and impactful event for everyone included. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad sir, for your insightful words and for so eloquently introducing to us the theme of this conference. Dr. Prasad sir is a remarkable individual and is the organizing secretary of our conference. He is a visionary leader and the driving force behind this conference. Now, I call upon stage our FMSB President, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni, to say a few words.
Good evening, friends. Respected Professor Kirtane sir, my friends on the dais, off the dais. It's a very great evening to be here and be on the stage with none other than the Kirtane sir, whom we respect the most in our fraternity. Something to say about the federation. It's one of the oldest federations, in fact, one of the oldest ENT associations in the country, I think. Since we have been in the office the last 3 years, I think, FMSB has started a fellowship program which was quite long awaited. So we have fellowship. Last year we started the program for the first time, on which 4 students, fresh graduates, could attend fellowship programs through the sponsorship of FMSB. FMSB has been working out with many issues. One of them was, I think, with our association being registered, our PAN card. So there were every conference we used to hear this, but our office could attain some few baby steps towards it. So we could retrieve our PAN number which they have done in a very, for which I couldn't, we can give a big round of applause to Bala Saheb Patil and Parag Watwe. So they have taken up this task and they could get their PAN number, they could find the OTP. You know, these days OTP is a big issue. So they couldn't find out whose phone number was registered with it. So after all this, they could achieve that. Then in this tenure, 2 new branches have conducted a state conference. One of them is Ahmednagar, from which I belong to, and another is Kalyan branch. So these are the 2 new branches. They have conducted the conference this year, last 2 years. Then there is a new program which is added. It's skill development program started by Ahmednagar AOI branch. It is newly added into the Mentcon conference. There are a lot of branches who are doing good activities like noise awareness programs. I wish all those branches who are doing a lot of good activities to come forward, do these activities, coordinate with the FMSB office so that we can have a nice coordinated effort throughout the state. Now I would like to congratulate the Solapur team for organizing such a wonderful event. Today's day is the first day, and such a flawless event since the case of the surgeries, I would say. We had good collection of cases. You all had a good collection of cases. We have stalwarts sitting here, Sethi sir, Dr. Ashim, Dr. Ashish. So it was a real academic feast for all of us. Secondly, to conclude myself, I want all the branches, various branches under FMSB, to please actively put up your reports to the FMSB office. We have a trophy for the best branch, but we have seen as days pass by, a lot of people are not at all submitting their reports. So if they start doing this, it will be a nice and healthy competition where each branch can grow. And that's all is my request to all the branches here. With all these words, I conclude myself and pass on the baton to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now this is the time for Lifetime Achievement Award. Here is the time for prestigious award from FMSB, and name of first awardee is Dr. Murlidhar Gulabchand Toshniwal. He was born on 4th July 1954 in Solapur, MBBS from Dr. VMMSC Solapur and passed in 1977. Postgraduate, worked at General Hospital Solapur for 2 years till 1979. Worked at Sassoon General Hospital Pune for 2 years. Passed DLO from Pune University. Passed DORL and FCPS in 1982. Worked at Haji Bacholi IN ENT Hospital Mumbai for 1 year. Started practice from July 1982 at Markandeya Sahakari Rugnalay, which is located at east area of Solapur among BD workers and textile industry, and still practicing. Truly said, age is just a number. Later on, started his own practice with elder brother Dr. Shyam Toshniwal with 18-bedded nursing home. In 1989, he worked as treasurer of State ENT Conference. In 1999, worked as organizing secretary of Mentcon. In 2010, worked as organizing chairman of Mentcon. In 2012, he was president of FMSB at Nanded. These are few moments from conferences. In 1984, 85 and 86, he arranged 5 free operative camps with Dr. Tepan Memorial Trust in his clinic, 1 camp with Dr. Avinash Bhide and Dr. Ankale Saria. He was visiting as an ENT surgeon to nearby places like Pandharpur, Usmanabad, Barshi and Akkalkot to provide ENT surgeries. Worked as visiting ENT surgeon at Rotary North Radhakishan Fumura Deaf and Dumb School, Solapur, and Red Cross Deaf and Dumb School at Barshi. He has won many awards and mementos. So, this was a small presentation of his life journey. May I request FMSB President Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni sir and our chief guest, Dr. Milind Kirtane sir, to present the award. Huge round of applause, please. I request Dr. M.G. Toshniwal sir to say a few words.
Good evening to everybody. Respected guest of honor, my teacher, Dr. Milind Kirtane sir, dignitaries on the dais, my friends and colleagues. It is with a deep sense of gratitude. I am extremely thankful to all the members of the Solapur ENT Association and our senior teachers, Dr. N.K. Chandak, Dr. Kelkar sir, for nominating my name for the Lifetime Achievement Award. I consider this as a recognition of my practice since last more than 40 years in the ENT specialty as well as the social work. When I started my practice, there were only 3 ENT surgeons practicing in the whole of the Solapur district. When with the blessings of my teacher, Dr. Avinash Bide, Dr. Tepan sir, Dr. Borkar and Dr. Ingle, I started practice in the year 1982 at my own setup. With the help of Tepan Trust, I arranged 5 deafness operative camps for the poor and needy patients. Then, on behalf of Solapur ENT Association, we have conducted 4 state conferences successfully. There are about 30 members in our Solapur ENT Association. All are working in harmony, and the conference and made successful. This 54th Mentcon was made successful. I wish all the success to the branch, and I pray the God the association will grow further and further. Once again, thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. It is now the time for a second Lifetime Achievement Award. This prestigious award is given to Dr. M.M. Patil for his remarkable contribution in the field of ENT.
Celebrate the remarkable career and extraordinary contributions of Dr. Mureshwar Madhavrao Patil, a distinguished ENT surgeon from Amravati, whose unwavering dedication and outstanding achievements have left an indelible mark on the field of otolaryngology and patient care. With a career spanning over 50 years, Dr. Patil has been at the forefront of advancement in otolaryngology, mastering the intricate art of diagnosis and treating the disorders of ear, nose and throat. Born in the Dhamni village in the western Vidarbha in 1951, being from a family of landlords when education was not so much in vogue, unlike his peers, he pursued his education overcoming all the challenges. After successfully completing MBBS from Indira Gandhi Memorial Medical College, Nagpur, he did his MS ENT from Lokmanya Tilak Medical College, Sion Hospital, Mumbai. Later, he spent 3 years in ENT hospital being mentored by Dr. KB Bhargava sir. After getting vast experience, he started his private practice in Amravati in 1980. Beyond clinical practice, Dr. Patil has been a trailblazer in social work. He served as a president of Lions Club and organized numerous surgical camps for poor and needy patients. Dr. A.J. Pusalkar sir and Dr. Ankle Saria from Mumbai helped him in his journey coming all the way from Mumbai to Amravati for several years. It was in early 90s, he was the only otologist with high-end microscopes and side tube with a recording camera facility. During this journey, he also mentored many ENT colleagues propagating otology from western to eastern Maharashtra. The idea of sacrificing the stapedius tendon, a fluid-filled joint during stepidotomy, without its reconstruction was not acceptable to him. This led him to develop a gold prosthesis with a joint and a spring for stapedectomy surgery, for which he was awarded one of its first kind patent by Government of India, and this was named as a physiological gold prosthesis with joint, which worked as a shock absorber and thus preventing inner ear from hazardous effects of the loud sound. He has made numerous academic presentations on his original work on this physiological gold prosthesis with joint and spring at various national and international conferences like SARC at Bangladesh and Nepal. He also organized many conferences and workshops in Amravati, Mentcon 1997, and then Maharashtra ENT Conference, Mentcon in 2011 at Amravati, to name a few. He served as the president of FMSB of AOI in 2013 and the president of AOI Vidarbha in 1993. After demise of his beloved wife, he started Dr. M.M. Patil Nilaja Symposium in Mentcon, which is still running, and he also started Dr. M.M. Patil Nilaja Best PG Paper Award in Vidarbha ENT Conference in the memory of his beloved wife, Mrs. Nilaja Patil. Heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Moreshwar Madhavrao Patil on receiving this prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. Cheers to lifetime of achievements and many more to come.
I call upon stage and request Dr. Kirtane sir and our FMSB president Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni to felicitate Dr. M.M. Patil. I now request Dr. M.M. Patil to say a few words to us.
This spelling will have a very special space in my heart. My son has already elaborated what I have done. Nothing special to say. Just one thing, just you must have seen in a video. We do, especially with the permission of otologist, we do stapedectomy, but sacrifice tendon and incurable stage, and it is joint and the fluid inside. But really they are shock absorber. We don't even think of preserving them. So that was one part which I tried to create an incurable joint. I think you all ENT colleagues should just give a thought over. Just think, because God has given it with some importance. Shock absorber. Patient of stapedectomy, if you find them after few years, they really develop in a SN loss or a tinnitus. Because the piston, just like it do not all. एक घोड़े को ये करने के लिए लगाम होना चाहिए. So stapedius tendon does that work. It does not allow stapes to move fast. It controls their movement, which prevent the inner ear from loud noise. That is what I want to put my feelings in front of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we are proud and honored to call upon stage our third awardee for Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Shishir Gosavi, sir.
Is a consultant ENT surgeon based in the city of Miraz, district Sangli in Maharashtra. He is currently the director of Sanjeevan Medical Foundation ENT Postgraduate Institute Miraz and Ashwini Prasad Hospital Private Limited Miraz. He also serves as the managing trustee and executive director of Sri Siddhivinayak Ganpati Cancer Hospital Miraz. Dr. Shishir Gosavi has been the associate secretary of All India Association of Otolaryngologists during 2006-07. He has been the organizing secretary of Mentcon 2004 at Mahabaleshwar and ISOCON 2006 at Goa. His special area of interest is otology, in which he has performed more than 30,000 ear surgery. This is Ashwini Prasad Hospital Miraz, which is a postgraduate institute providing MS ENT courses. It is one of its kind institute, probably the only single specialty institute in the whole of India providing MS degree in ENT. More than 150 students have passed out from this prestigious institute in the last 30 years and are practicing all over India and abroad. It has full recognition from National Medical Commission New Delhi and Maharashtra University of Health Sciences Nashik, as well as from all the Government of India and Government of Maharashtra relevant authorities. This is the other institute headed by Dr. Shishir Gosavi, the super specialty Sri Siddhivinayak Ganpati Cancer Hospital Miraz. It is a comprehensive cancer care hospital established by his father, Dr. D.K. Gosavi in 1997. In the last 25 years, under the guidance of Dr. Shishir, it has blossomed into the giant hospital which you see in this picture. It has all the facilities for surgical, medical and radiation oncology, hemat-oncology and bone marrow transplant, PET CT and gamma camera, tumor markers, blood bank, etc. It is one of the very few cancer hospitals in India to have two functioning linear accelerator machines to provide radiation treatment to patients. Now we share a few glimpses of his childhood. Dr. Shishir receiving his MS ENT degree. Dr. Shishir has conducted many camps for the cause of social service under Rotary Club in various African countries like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, etc. for many years, providing specialized ENT care for needy African patients. Dr. Shishir completed his MS ENT from the prestigious GS Medical College and KEM Hospital, Mumbai, and was then trained abroad under the guidance of giants like Professor Plester in Stuttgart, Germany, and Dr. Jack Hoff in Oklahoma, USA. A few glimpses with his family, with Dr. Amita, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, and with his sons, daughters-in-law and grandchildren. A few glimpses from inauguration of high-tech equipment at Shri Siddhivinayak Ganpati Cancer Hospital. Visit of some ENT stalwarts at his institute, Padma Shri Dr. Milind Kirtane sir, Dr. Pilu Hakim madam, Dr. Ravi Ramlingam, Dr. Madan Kapre, Dr. Shabbir Indorwala, and also a few other prominent dignitaries like former BARC chairman and Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Anil Kakodkar sir. Dr. Shishir Gosavi also recently received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Indian Society of Otology at ISOCON Agra 2024.
May I request our FMSB President Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni sir and our Chief Guest Dr. Milind Kirtane sir to please present the award. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Shishir Gosavi sir to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Dignitaries on and off the dais. It is indeed a great honor to receive this prestigious award at the hands of my beloved teacher and mentor to all of us, Padma Shri Dr. Milind Kirtane sir. Thank you, sir. I am humbled to be bestowed with this award from FMSB and entire organizing team of Mentcon 24, Solapur, Dr. Harkut, Dr. Kelkar, and FMSB office bearers, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni, Dr. Balasaheb Patil, Dr. Parag Patwe, and everybody. I'm very much thankful to you. And my special thanks to my friend, Dr. Ashish Bhumkar. Thank you, Ashish. Lastly, all this would not have been possible without the enduring support of my wife, Dr. Amita, who has stood beside me through thick and thin, my sons, Dr. Rahul and Sarang, and my daughters-in-law, Dr. Ankita and Dr. Manali. Also, I owe this to my entire team of consultants and medical, as well as backroom office staff at both hospitals, Ashwini Prasad Hospital and Siddhivinayak Cancer Hospital. And finally, even though lifetime achievement is considered to be some sort of semi-retirement and final recognition, I owe not to quit and keep on striving to do even better. I will be performing ear surgeries and other ENT surgeries also, as long as my health permits and hands don't start shaking. Recently, I got the Lifetime Achievement Award at ISOCON Agra in last month only, and this month I am getting award at Mentcon. So I am really happy to receive both the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Just I wanted to speak two words about our Siddhivinayak Ganpati Cancer Hospital, which was started in 97. And I am very proud to say that under one roof, we have all the facilities
to cater with the cancer, all surgery, chemotherapy and radiation. And probably that is the only hospital which we have with 2 linear high-end linear accelerators to treat patients. And we are treating more than about 150 patients per day on both the machines. And recently we have brought Halcyon latest machine, which can take up to 200 patients per day. And in some of the centers in India, I think in Jodhpur or somewhere, they are treating more than 200 patients per day on linear accelerator. Actually, it is not recommended by AERB, but still they are doing so. Actually, it should be not more than 120, 130. But still, we on 2 machines, we are doing 150 patients. And another thing is PET scan. To install a PET scan in a place like Miraj is very difficult because we have to have the FDG material from Mumbai every day. So my car comes every day from Mumbai to Miraj carrying the FDG, and which has got the decays. When suppose you buy 1000 millicuries and which starts the car from New Mumbai at around 4 o'clock in the morning, it reaches 10 o'clock in the morning at Miraj. So by the time it comes, it becomes 100 millicuries, and in those 100 millicuries, we have to do number of patients. So the cost goes on increasing. So that logistics and statistics we have to manage, and we have been doing it every 4 days in a week. For last 6 years now, we have been working with the PET scan, and more than 140 PET scans we are doing per month. It's very, very difficult to run because nuclear medicine specialists are also very difficult to get, and they have very few nuclear medicine specialists in India, not like ENT surgeons. So that is also another difficult thing. Third thing, we have started bone marrow transplants also. We have a very good team of bone marrow transplant who have been trained in CMC Vellore, and they are doing that job also. I won't take much of your time. Thank you very much again. FMSB, Solapur team, Kirtane sir, and all my friends, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It is now the time for felicitation of our esteemed faculties by our organizing committee. Among them, we are incredibly honored to welcome Dr. Dharambir Sethi, who has traveled all the way from Singapore to be with us. Dr. Sethi is a luminary in our field, and his presence here today is a true privilege for all of us. I request Dr. Girish Harkut to felicitate Dr. Dharambir Sethi. Our entire organizing committee can join him.
Dr. N.B. Prahlad to the stage for his felicitation by Dr. Tarang Shah. Dr. Prahlad sir is a distinguished academician and respected authority in our field. Is he here? Is he here?
you, sir. We were also going to felicitate Dorsala sir and Jain sir, but unfortunately Jain sir had to leave early and Dorsala sir has not yet arrived. But we will do it later on. Moving forward, it is now my distinct privilege to invite Dr. Anil Patel to the stage for a special award presented by the Solapur ENT Association. Dr. Patel's exceptional dedication to social work in the remotest corners of India has made a profound impact on countless lives. This award is a small recognition of his extraordinary service to society. I request Dr. Anand Kelkar to come on stage and felicitate Dr. Anil Patel. I request Dr. Anil Patel sir to say a few words to us.
Respected Kirtane sir, dignitaries on the dais and off dais and my friends. I am very much grateful to you all for selecting me for this special award. Actually, I have not done anything in any field much. Only I have reached unreachables. where people are not going, there I go for prevention aspects. I've moved all India, many states, and did all the diagnostic things. And I also train other doctors also. Whosoever assists me, I train them for removal of foreign body and early diagnosis of malignancy and other things. I moved. Recently I had been to Assam. Again, next month I am going in February. I am selected for the Lifetime Achievement Award at Kochi next month. God has given me good stamina. 4 hours I sleep and 20 hours I enjoy my life with all the patients. Recently my son, Dr. Gaurav Patel, also joined me. For the last 15 years he is also coming to me for the camps and other things. So I am happy that he will carry on all these activities in future. Thank you very much. Again, thanking you.
Up next, we have the inauguration of our conference souvenir, which beautifully combines academic insights, art, poetry, and many more things, making it a unique blend of knowledge and creativity. I would like to invite Dr. Shraddha, who has edited and compiled the work together. We hope everyone enjoys reading it as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you all. Thank you, everyone.
I would like to call upon stage Professor Emeritus Dr. N.K. Chandak sir from Solapur ENT Association and our patron to please come upon stage to say a few words.
Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, the audience. I am thinking to present to you the evolution of otolaryngology. From general surgery, it emerged as a otorhinolaryngology, and that was the time when Dr. L.H. Hiranandani, R.A.F. Cooper, S.R. Rege, Pikarni, all these stalwarts, Dr. N.K. Chandler, N.K. Apte, these were the stalwarts who brought ENT as a separate branch. This otolaryngology now, in your generation time, getting fragmented by neurologists. We were working from dura to pleura, from autogenic brain abscess cerebral to bronchoscopies going near the diaphragm. Now you will find in your time the neurologists came, neurosurgeons, and they took away this intracranial complications being treated by otolaryngologists. Then oncosurgeons came. They took away the head neck malignancy which we were doing, right from nasopharynx till root of the neck. Then endoscopists came. They took bronchoesophageology from us. So, we'll have to struggle hard to maintain the quantum with us. This I wanted to tell you because I happen to be an eyewitness of all these things. I am now of 89. There may be somebody more than that, I don't know. I have called nobody. So, I thought that the younger generation is to be informed all the things which have taken place, which are going to take place. My desire was to explain being longevity of the life has given me opportunity to see the generation. So, I stop it here. You keep on thinking and how to maintain the field from dura to plura is a matter of consideration. Thank you.
Now, it's time to felicitate esteemed faculty for his presence and extraordinary work in our field. Dr. Dorsala sir, may I request you to please come upon the stage to accept the warm welcome from Team Mentcon 2024.
Thank you, sir. It is our honor to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for the warmth. This is overwhelming. I didn't expect this. Actually, I was going through a little difficult phase in my life, in my career. No words exchanged, nothing much spoken. Kirtane sir understood what I was going through without telling anything. He told me, I'll give the name for your new company. I told, yes sir, please. And then he set a name for it. He called it Equi-Dor. I never asked him what he meant, but I understood it. Equi is for equilibrium, DOR for Dorasala. Okay. I told this to my team, and that just one act of naming gave a shot in the arm for us. And wherever we tell, sir has named this company like this, we only get blessings, further blessings. Okay. And from dura to plura, between right ear to left ear, reaching the blind spot of otology, that is the vestibule and the semicircular canals. We will continue. We will continue by making equipment that are relevant, that are futuristic, that are easy to use, and that will have clinical application, and which will be priced in such a way that it will be considered as a gift rather than as something that you need to really put a lot of effort to. So I'm really overwhelmed by this. My first efforts in my new innings started off somewhere in Shirdi, then in last year in Kalyan, and now this is here. Before that, in Aurangabad. Every time Maharashtra State Conference gives me a lot of love, but this I didn't expect. So I took some time to really gather myself. Sorry for taking a little bit of more time, but again, thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you.
From the federation side, I would request Dr. Rohiwal sir to come on the stage. For starting a fellowship program, we would like to felicitate Rohiwal sir for this.
Dignitaries on the dais, Kirtani sir, dignitaries of the stage, my colleagues. The concept of travel fellowship had been there for a long time, and it was very short notice actually. Our team, Dr. Bahasaheb, Parag, and we all started working. The credit is not alone mine, it's a teamwork. And I am very happy that I could kickstart that particular program during my tenure as a president. And I wish it will continue forever. Thank you very much.
Up next, we want to felicitate two very special people who are our mentors, who are a wealth of all the knowledge. They teach us all the time. We have learnt all the surgeries from them in all the workshops. I would like to call upon stage Dr. Ashish Bhumkar, and I would like to request our organizing committee to felicitate him. Sir, one after, okay, both of them together. Okay. So I would like our organizing committee to felicitate Dr. Ashim Desai and Dr. Ashish Bhumkar. It is now my pleasure to invite our organizing chairman, Dr. Girish Harkut, to stage. A guiding force behind this event, Dr. Harkut will introduce our chief guest, Dr. Milind Kirtane, for the evening.
A very good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, FMSB office bearers, my organizing team members, teachers, colleagues, and my dear friends. At the outset, it is with immense pleasure I welcome you all for the 54th Maharashtra State ENT Conference, that is Mentcon 2024. As an organizing chairman, it is an honor to see such a distinguished gathering of experts and pioneers and aspiring minds in the field of otorhinolaryngology. This conference is not merely a gathering, but it's a celebration of our shared commitment, excelling academics and enhancing surgical skills. Organizing this event has been a remarkable journey. My dedicated team and I have worked tirelessly day in and day out to make this conference a success. Today we have witnessed all the varieties of surgeries performed by stalwarts with the vision that, the theme that vision to revision. Over the next 1.5 days, you will hear from eminent speakers who will deliver into cutting-edge research, emerging trends, and transformative practices that shape our specialty. A remarkable personality whose name literally means symbol of hard work, creativity, productivity. The name is also associated with intelligence, wisdom, and mentorship. He is none other than our beloved teacher and today's esteemed chief guest, Padma Shri Professor Emeritus Dr. Milind Kirtane sir, who is an institution by himself. He is the mentor of thousands of ENT surgeons. Sir, you are the Guru, the Dronacharya of ENT fraternity. It is my privilege to express my heartfelt gratitude to Sir that he has obliged us by accepting our invitation to be chief guest for this prestigious conference. Dr. Kirtane sir's pioneering work in the field of otolaryngology has set a new benchmark for the excellence not only in India but throughout the world. We are deeply honored to have him here today with us. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my trade partners who have also helped to make this conference a great success. On a personal note, I am thankful to my family for their unwavering support and encouragement throughout this journey. Once again, I welcome you all, and I request Professor Emeritus Padma Shri Dr. Milind Kirtane sir to guide us and encourage us.
It's nice to speak when you don't have a chairman, co-chairman to tell you when to stop. You have to take it, sorry. Mr. President, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni, Vice President Atul Awad, Dr. Patil, Dr. Watwe, Organizing Chairman Dr. Harkut, Co-Chairman Dr. Tarang Shah Prasad, Dr. Borade, Dr. Jyoti, my senior colleagues, Dr. Chandak, Dr. A.K. Kelkar, and this I get a very rare opportunity to say, my teacher, Dr. Pilu Hakim. Yeah. And of course, I would like to, in this very special occasion, also mention Dr. Toshniwal, Dr. Patil, Dr. Gosavi, Dr. Anil Patel, Dr. Sethi, and these two people who you just saw, Ashish and Ashim. Thank you very much for inviting me and giving me this honor. It's really a privilege, and especially to speak before this august audience. You know, when we were students, we were told that knowledge in medicine doubles every 10 years. I don't think that is true anymore. I think the pace at which things are going, molecular biology, diagnostic techniques, so many different medications, treatment modalities, equipments, the pace is so much that just to keep pace with that, just reading journals, etc., is not enough. What you need is conferences like this, events, workshops, live surgeries, because that's how knowledge spreads. Knowledge alone is not strength. Knowledge, when shared, becomes strength. And for this, I was hoping Dr. Satish Jain would be here, because he's one tireless worker who has been spreading knowledge with his workshops and Relive surgical workshops tirelessly in the country. And the other person that I can only think of, I'm really proud to be here with my dear friend Dr. Dharambir Sethi, who tirelessly traveled to India for the last 2.5 decades and really spread the awareness of endoscopic sinus surgery. There are so many others. I'm sorry I'm not mentioning every. Dr. Madan Kapri, for example, the kind of work that he does with thyroid, Dr. Jankiram. There are so many of them. But that is what they're doing. They're sharing knowledge selflessly, without reservation. And this is necessary. And even our medical council recognizes it, because they want you to have credit points, enough credit points to make sure that you continue to practice. And I think this is where we need to talk to the medical council to make it easy for us to organize conferences and workshops by spelling out. I think as an organization you could write to them, because there is so much confusion about what is permitted and what is not permitted to be done. And that is why it becomes a nightmare for the organizing committee sometimes to organize the scientific events. The other thing that I wanted to say here also was there was a lot of controversy going on about the participation of pharmaceuticals and instrument manufacturers in conferences. And I think it's a symbiotic relationship. They need us, we need them. So if the council can tell us how this relationship can be used to promote educational activities, that would be really great. And we as organization should be now telling the medical council to come forth with a definite protocol. I remember when I attended AOI conferences, and Dr. Hakim will bear me out, or the Chandak will bear me out. It used to be on the first Thursday, AOI, first Thursday of every year, unless the Thursday happened to be the 1st of January. The first day, as you arrived, there was a dinner arranged for you in a pandal or something. The second day was free. You had to go and fend for yourself. The third day was a banquet where you had to buy a banquet card if you wanted to attend. Today, the organizing secretary faces the stress of a huge amount of expense. And on top of that, the extravaganza of a fantastic evening. Today, I was really glad to see here that we are going to have a performance by Jashan Bhumkar. I mean, we have in-house talent. We have Dr. Bhumkar's son performing. I'm sure there are a lot of ENT surgeons. We had that beautiful dance in the beginning with an ENT surgeon. So is this extravaganza really necessary? One of the conferences, the organizing secretary told me, can you help me because I'm falling short of funds. We are organizing a musical event and the person is asking for about 40 lakhs. I really ask you this question and I want an answer. Do you think that these social evenings, which I feel I would like to attend to relax after a day's work, maybe interact with people, meet my teachers, meet my peers, meet my students, love to know what they are doing. I live through the students. And this is what I would want that evening to be. Maybe a little bit of entertainment. I remember we went to Assam for a conference and we had a pew dance. We went to Rajasthan and there were a little bit of Rajasthani folk dancing, etc. So a little bit of entertainment like we have would be most welcome, but spending that kind of money on the evening, instead of which like we saw a fellowship program that has been started. If that 35 or 40 lakhs could be used to sort of train people, start workshops, I mean, why not have one workshop every year for residents which is completely free of cost and use that money to do it? So would you say that we need to enjoy in the evening, but do you feel that we need to tone down a little bit? If you agree with me, could you just, all of you, raise your hands? I think the message is very clear. Thank you very much. Having said this, I would just like to reminisce about why I'm standing here, why you have given me this honor. I've had a career which has been supported, and if I look back, my family, you start from your primary school, your teachers, they really shape you and build you into whatever you are. I'll talk only about my ENT teachers. Just want to talk one line about each of them and what they gave me. Now I have first year resident, second year resident, third year resident, fourth year resident. And somebody told me the first year residents address the third year residents as sir and ma'am. Is that correct? Yes. When I joined, there was one houseman. Dr. Suhas Wagh was my registrar. Dr. Kirtida Pradhan, who is no more with us, was my senior registrar, quite a strict lady. But we were friends. And if anything, they protected us from the bosses if something went wrong. They were our kavach. Of course, one more person with me in the department was my wife, Josna. That's where it all started, but that's another story. So that's what I'm trying to say, that residency program which I went through at KEM for 3 years was full of respect for my teachers. But believe me, I'm not joking, no fear, no anxiety. And I think it's much easier to learn in a spirit where you have that friendliness and you're not worried looking over your shoulder all the time or being shouted at. My teachers were amazing. Dr. Joe Disa, Dr. Chandak, Dr. Kelkar would know them. He was a man who wanted anything new happening, he wanted it in his department. I remember when I joined, 1970, he came back from a conference with a ENG machine. He didn't take it to his clinic. He brought the ENG machine to KEM hospital and said, start work on this. And that went on to develop a fantastic laboratory that we had at KEM for vertigo that treated more than 10,000 patients. Anything new this man came up with, put it in the department. I remember when I did my first stapedectomy, he brought his own instrument set from home and said, my registrar will do a case with the best of instruments. So that was the kind of arrangement we got. There's a message in this for all the teachers in the auditorium. Dr. Rege, Dr. S.R. Rege was mentioned. We call him the gentle giant, very soft-spoken, very quiet. And one day I was a little upset because I had done tympanoplasty and the patient had no improvement at all, and I was, sort of getting a little upset. And he put his hand on my shoulder and said, Kirtane, you cannot help every patient. But if you can't help him, make sure that you don't do him any harm. Same thing was echoed by my professor from anatomy, Dr. M.L. Kothari. Many of you might be knowing him. He said, Milind, there are some patients you cannot help, but there are none that you cannot harm. So when a patient sits before you, when you are advising him something, think of him as your family member. And, if it's something that you would advise your family member, then advise that to your patient. Dr. Karnik, Prabodh Karnik, his father, Dr. P.P. Karnik was my mentor, my teacher, and an amazing man. I mean, I learned ENT from him, but I also learned how to live life, how to treat your juniors, your seniors, how to behave with your colleagues, how to behave with your patients. And I remember I was sitting at a registrar behind him in the OPD, and a very agitated patient came, had been operated somewhere, depressed nose, septal perforation post-SMR. And he was furious and cursing the previous surgeon who had operated on him. And Dr. Karnik told him, look, I'll show you a textbook of ENT written in England. And in the complications, there is a mention of what you've got. It's not very unusual. It happens sometimes. But why are you so upset? We are here, we'll set it right. Mollified the patient went happy. Then he turns around to me and says, remember one thing. Never criticize a colleague in front of a patient. Never do that. It's his turn today, it might be yours tomorrow. You can then call up your colleague if he's doing something wrong or you think he's doing something wrong and talk to him. But never do it in front of a patient. I remember Professor Plester was mentioned. I trained with him for some time when I was in Germany. And he was doing a revision case of a patient who had had a stapedectomy done by Dr. Portman. And he looks up like this and says, I'm doing Portman's revision, but I can't gloat about it because at this very moment, Michel Portman might be doing a revision of one of my cases. And the other person I can't forget to mention here is Dr. Sunil Pandya, professor of neurosurgery at KEM Hospital. Way back in 1975, the concept of doing an extracranial approach for CSF rhinorrhea was developed, and I think I did my first case in 1975. We used to do it by an external ethmoidectomy approach. That was the time when a lot of neurosurgeons were opposed to ENTs. Like Dr. Chandak said, they took away things from us. This is where we took things from them. And he was convinced that this was a better option than a craniotomy. So he started referring all his patients to us. So we had this huge series of CSFs, and after 1991 we started doing them endoscopically. And I remember I did a case, a boy of 12, and when we took out the pack, he started leaking. So obviously the surgery had failed. So I took the patient back to Dr. Pandya and I said, sir, I failed, why don't you now do a transcranial? And he looked at me, he thought for some time, and he says, you know what, Milind, do it once again, revise it. If you feel a second time that you have failed, then I will take over. And I opened the wound. This was within a week of the surgery. And whatever muscle I had put there had completely disappeared. And that's the time we realized that muscle will not stay there, that you've got to repair with fat or fascia. So muscle was being used till then, and we stopped. But his faith and confidence and the generosity that we'll give it to you to do because that's correct for the patient was really heartwarming to know and really a great gesture. And then there was my friend, my professor, my mentor, Professor Clausen. Man way ahead of his time. And he came in 1991 to Mumbai. I had organized a neurotology conference. And many of my students wanted to meet him because he was their teacher's teacher. So when I mentioned it to him, he said, of course, why? He took them to a corner, sat half an hour, 40 minutes, chatted with them. They all came back smiling, feeling great. And then he called me. And he pointed out to these people and says, these are your roots. Keep them strong. And that's what I have followed all my life. And it's paid me rich dividends. Again, a message for all the teachers that your students today are your colleagues tomorrow. Treat them right. For all that you know, when you're in the ICU, one of them will be doing a tracheostomy on you. You don't measure life success in the amount of awards that you get or how much money you've made. I think you can measure your life success by the number of lives you have touched or you've improved. Now, our profession is such that it offers us this opportunity every day. Not everybody is blessed with this opportunity. We have the opportunity to bless, to touch lives, to improve them. And I think we should make use of this opportunity to the best. Before I close, I just want to say one thing that Shishir Gosavi said, sir, can you say a few words? He was with me as a house surgeon. He was my registrar. Shishir, I still remember your thesis topic. It was vascular loops on the internal auditory meatus, and I made you go down to the post-mortem room and do dissections to study. You got photographs of the thing. I still remember that. Hemifacial spasms. And I also want to mention here that your father, Dr. D.K. Gosavi, was a very dear friend. He was like a mentor to me. And I may mention this here, my continuing as an honorary at KEM was thanks to his efforts. I owe him that. Yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very fruitful and enlightening conference. And once again, I thank the organizing team for giving me this unique honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kirtane, sir, for sharing this invaluable insights with us today. It is truly our honor and privilege to have someone of this caliber and expertise grace this occasion. Dr. Kirtane, your contributions to the field of ENT and your dedication to advancing medical knowledge have always been a source of inspiration for all of us. Thank you for taking the time out and coming to this conference and enlightening us with your words. I will now request Dr. Girish Harkut, Dr. Prasad Kerkar, Dr. Dhananjay Kulkarni, and Dr. Balasaheb Patil to felicitate Dr. Kirtane, sir. Everyone on stage can join them.
I would like to call Dr. Jyoti Hirekarur ma'am, Treasurer of Mentcon 2024, to give vote of thanks.
As we now come to the end of this inauguration ceremony, I'm here on behalf of the organizing committee of Mentcon 2024 to express our heartfelt gratitude towards all who have contributed to the conference. First of all, a very big thank you to Padma Shri Awardee Professor Emeritus Dr. Milind Kirtane sir. So we are really very proud to have you here. Thank you for gracing the occasion. A special thanks to Professor Dr. Dharambir Sethi for coming all the way from Singapore to share his knowledge and expertise. We are grateful to Dr. Dorasala, Dr. Prahlad sir, Dr. Satish Jain sir, who accepted our invitation and joined us as an esteemed faculty from across the state. Team Mentcon 2024 will never forget the help and support given by all our senior mentors, our special mentors, and FMSB committee members, whom we have been continuously asking questions and queries for last few months. All the speakers, moderators, panelists, thanks a lot for being here to share your knowledge and expertise. Then all my dear colleagues, friends, all the delegates, it is a pleasure to host you all here. Thank you for your support and hope you're comfortable at Solapur. A special thanks to Mr. Ghadge and his audiovisual team. I'm sure his systems will be flawless. I wish to express our sincere thanks to our trade participants, all the exhibitors, for their contribution. The ENT fraternity has a lifelong association with all of them, we all know. Hotel Balaji Sarovar Premiere management has cooperated with us so much. A lot of thanks to them. Mr. Ambuj, Mr. Bridges, Mr. Reddy, the chef, and all the venue staff. We appreciate your tireless efforts. Then Bodhankar Events, our event manager team, and their technical team. We thank you for being with us in organizing the conference. Not to forget, let me thank everyone behind the scenes, our printer, our artist, decorators, all the vendors, and Mandap construction team. Here, apologies if I missed anyone to mention anyone. Your contribution has not gone unnoticed. So, to end this inauguration function, I thank you everyone once again. Hope you all find this conference dynamic and interactive. with a satisfactory scientific bonanza. Thank you.
On last note, I request all of you to please stand up on your seats for the national song.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Shamalam, Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini, Fulla Kusumita Drumadara Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you all of you.